guys, today I'm going to show you how to make this cute and easy crochet bow. So let's begin. So you will of course need yarn, and I'm goofing around with it, and a crochet hook. I'm using a size J 6mm meters. And then you'll also need a pair of scissors, a crafting needle with that big hole, some clips of your choice, and a hot glue gun, and yes, mine has a big long stick. So to finally begin this, you're going to make a basic slip knot. So you're just gonna want to wrap that around your two fingers, take the long strand and put it over the loop, and then pull it through the loop, and then pull. And then take your crochet hook and then stick that through there, and then pull. Pull, pull, pull. Now you will want to do a chain. So to do a chain, you are going to wrap the yarn over the hook and then go through that loop. That's your first chain. Wrap the yarn, go through the loop. Wrap the yarn, go through the loop. So you'll want to do 25 chains. And that's 25 chains. So right after doing the 25 chains, you're going to do half double crochets. To do that, you're going to wrap the yarn over your crochet hook, go into the next chain, the one that you're currently not in, go through it, grab some yarn again, and then you'll have 3 loops on your crochet hook. Grab some yarn and then go through all 3 of those loops. That's your first double crochet, half double crochet. So grab the yarn, go through the chain that you're currently not in, but the next one. Come out, you'll have 3 loops, and then grab some yarn again, and then you'll have to go through all 3 of them, and yeah, that's a half double crochet. And so you will want to do half double crochets all the way until the end of your chain. So now you'll want to go to the next row, so make 1 chain, flip your work over, and then just do some half double crochets again. But instead of going through a chain, you're going to go through a stitch, and that right there is a stitch. And then you're going to grab some yarn, you'll have 3 loops, and then you're going to grab some yarn again and go through all 3. And so you're just going to do that all the way across. Now I'm going to be doing 5 rows of half double crochets. You could do as many as you want depending on how thick you want your bow to be, but I'll be making 5 rows of half double crochets. So I'm on my 5th row and I just have a few stitches left. So I'm just going to finish that along with you. And then yeah, that's 5 rows of half double crochet. So if you're doing it with me, that's how it should look like. So when 5 rows are completely done, you're going to take your scissors and then you're going to cut about 10 inches or so of some yarn, and And then you're going to make one chain and then pull all that yarn through, and then you're just going to pull that tight, and that will be your knot. So now it's time to stitch it. So take your crafting wheel and stick the yarn through, and now you're just going to stitch the two ends together. And it's quite simple, you just have to stitch it up, and it doesn't have to be neat because it will be covered up. You're gonna just go through some random stitches, and then you're gonna pull. And then you'll want to do that one more time. Do is you don't want to pull all the way. You're supposed to leave a loop, and mine accidentally got two pulled, and so what you do is you want to go through that loop that you did not pull all the way, which I'm actually trying to do, and then you're just gonna, if you want, you can go through that loop that my finger's holding, but it got taken away. Oh well, but then you could just pull that, and then with your pair of scissors, you're just gonna cut the excess yarn. You can also hide it away in some random stitches, but that's not really necessary. And then just flip that, and remember, you should have stitched it up on the side you didn't want to show. And yeah, that's stitched up thing. And now you're going to take your yarn and your crochet hook again, and you're going to do your basic slip knot. And then instead of making 25 chains, we are going to be making 15 chains. Once you're done doing 15 chains, you're just going to do some half double crochets again, and you want to do 2 rows of half double crochets. So once you're done with 2 rows of half double crochets, I'm right now doing my last stitch, and then you're gonna take your pair of scissors and cut about 8 inches or so of yarn. And then you're gonna want to make 1 chain, and then just pull all that yarn and then pull tight, making your knot. Now to figure out the shape of your bow. So you could do that bow shape with those 2 hole thingies on the side, or you could also do one that's like that. I've actually seen people do that a lot. but I kind of like to get that original bow shape with the 2 holes, so you could just pick any kind. And so right after you figured out the shape of your bow, now this part is optional. There's 2 ways. You could use that strap, whatever, of yarn we just made, or you could just take yarn and just keep on wrapping that around. That's okay too. I just sometimes do that when I'm in a hurry. If you don't want to do that, you could take that strap of yarn thing we made and then stick that excess yarn into a crafting needle, and then you are going to put the strap or strip of yarn, I don't know what to call it, anyways, so you're just gonna put that in the middle and you're gonna just fix it right there. Just keep adjusting it, making sure it's right in the middle, everything's okay. So now we're just going to stitch this up like normally. Now it doesn't have to be that neat. You can make it a little bit neat because this is gonna be like out. It's not like gonna be covered or anything, but it can be, because if you want, you could put any type of clips you're using on top of it. So not that necessary for you to make it, neat. And so when you're done stitching that, you are going to go through some random stitches, and again my loop went through, so you're gonna want to leave a loop. Mine keeps on going in. Then you're gonna go through that loop, and you can go through another one again and just pull tight. That's gonna be your knot. And then with your scissors, just cut off the excess yarn. You can hide it away too. I'm just too lazy to do it. You don't have to, like me. And there's your bow. Isn't it cute? Now with your hot glue gun, now this part's actually optional, you could just lift up the strap of yarn and then put a glob of glue. So okay, yeah, that actually hurt when that hot glue gun got on my finger, but because it was hot. Okay, it's hot. But anyways, so you just go through that strap and you squeeze a glob of glue, and then you're just gonna press that. Now this will not let the strap of yarn move around, but really it's not necessary to do that. Or while you're stitching it up, you could actually go through the bow, so it could also keep it secure. And I hate those strings those hot glue things make. I'm so annoying. Now with the clip of your choice, I'm using these kinds. I actually don't know what they're called. And you're just gonna want to see where you want to put it. It's better to do it in the middle. And kind of putting it in the middle on top of the stitches. The stitches I made from stitching it up together. And once you find your spot, you're just gonna apply a glob or a line of glue. And then you're gonna take your clip and you're just gonna put that on top. And then just press firmly. I'm doing it for about 30 seconds. Let's see, 30 seconds. once that's secure, I'm just gonna take my hot glue gun again and then apply at the point so my bowl will not be wobbling around on my head. Then just press firmly and wait. I'm not going to apply to where you hold and press the bow clip thing because I just want to have enough room to put my fingers through. And yeah. And yep, that's so easy. And literally, that's it. It's so easy, so fun to make. I really enjoy to make this. I love to wear it. You could wear it with a braid or you could pull back your hair like in this picture, and in this bow I decorated it by putting a ribbon, then leaving 2 strands and putting a button in the middle, and right there I'm trying to wear it and I wore it crooked. I should have looked in a mirror. Oh well. Okay, I don't think that deserves a thumbs up. Should have looked in the mirror. And you could make so many more. I'm actually obsessed with making these. I have so much fun, and I make little tiny ones, and so you could just have fun making them. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.